So I brought this little gizmo. This is one of my inventions. Yeah, it's okay.
What are you doing, man?
There you go. So, my name is Kevin Delaney. I'm a science expert. My name's Adam McEvoy. I love my job. Every day, I get to be kind of a sparker of inspiration. I started out as a science teacher. Did that for about 7 years. Before that, I did science education, environmental education. What I get to do now is really just, I feel like I'm sparking Tinder every day. The good Tinder comes in, all these school groups, all these people come in, and I get to do some stuff that I think is fascinating that I want to share with them, and hopefully it'll inspire them to ask questions when there's something new that they come across, to try to solve a problem, to explore, to observe things in their life. And in school, for kids to be more engaged, especially when it comes to, when it comes to all learning, but especially when it comes to science, technology, engineering, and math, all the STEM stuff. So, I brought a couple things today. I like to start things off with a bang and end things with a bang because, who doesn't, right? So this is a propane tank with a little sparker in it, talking about sparking things. And you can hear, right now I'm adding some gas to this tube. It's about 20 feet of tube. And I might need the lights turned down in a minute if someone knows how to handle this. Now you guys saw the hydrogen that was in the ball that Jimmy Fallon squeezed. You know about hydrogen. Hydrogen is, it's really volatile. Think Hindenburg, right? The Germans should have definitely gone with the more expensive helium. That would have been a good choice. So it's very, very, very volatile. You add a little bit of energy and stuff happens. And so we're gonna kick this off. We're gonna make a little chemical reaction, create some new stuff with what we're starting out with, which is propane. We're gonna add a spark, and we need to do it in the presence of oxygen, right? So that's all around us. It's in the tube. Now this hydrogen gas is clipped on there because it's lighter than air. It's also really, really common in our universe. It's in our sun being squished together to make helium, and that gives off a ton of energy. That makes its way to Earth. That's the source of all our energy, really. We're all powered by that chemical reaction. So what I'm going to do here is I'm adding propane gas to this tube. It's going through the end. Does anyone see that crazy looking contraption at the very end? That's an invention of my own, but it's also used a lot in other devices. So that's a Gatorade De La Belle nozzle, and it's 2 Gatorade bottles taped together. So let's see what happens. We're gonna be lighting this up. If you don't like loud noises, you can plug your ears. Is everyone ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Watch it. Oh, rats! Sometimes that happens. So let's see what we can do. We're gonna let it go a little bit longer. It's all right. I can talk a little more. No, don't worry. This is gonna happen this time. So what we're doing is we're adding gas in. That fills up that bottom bottle. And in a minute, we're gonna get that blue flame that you guys got to see that kind of moves through this tube like a hamster. Students call it when they come to school. They call it the angry blue hamster. I love that name. So it eventually gets to that bottle. It lights some of the gas that's pooled up in there. That hot expanding gas pushes on the sides. Has nowhere to go really except through the rest of the bottle, through the bottleneck, gets to the bottle on top, finally gets to exit, and that's what we're going for. So I'm going to let this run a little longer. Hopefully we can get it to work. I want you guys to see this, otherwise I'll be real sad. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to give it one more shot, and what we're going to try to do is light this balloon, which has hydrogen gas in it. So it's kind of like 2 chemical reactions. You're going to get to see one, and then you'll get to see another. Let's try it one more time. For the people. 3, 2, 1. Okay, come on. Come on, you can do it. Oh! That was good. But notice, it's still there. So it's okay. I have a contingency plan. I thought of everything. So, hold on, everybody. This is going to be good. What I have here is my backup. It's kind of like what Kevin had on the show. This is just a candle. And we're going to light the candle, hold the candle over here. It's kind of windy in here. Let's see if I can get this to work. Okay, can I get the lights down one more time? Plug your ears, everybody. This is my backup. Sometimes this happens. It's kind of rare. Everyone ready for this one?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. That's what I was going for. What do you think about that, folks? It's okay to clap. That was a lot of anticipation for that one. sometimes unexpected things happen, and what we teach to folks who come to the museum is that's okay. That's when we learn sometimes the most stuff. And in science, big discoveries, antibiotics, happen because people had messy labs or unexpected things happen. So that's okay. Now this thing's portable, so it's kind of nice. Great for parties. Now let's see what we've got over here. You might want to adjust your seats. I'm going to be in this area right here. So go ahead, take a minute. I'm going to kind of suit up here. So I'm going to be doing some stuff with one of my favorite things, liquid nitrogen. This is what you also saw Kevin Delaney used in that clip. He did a little bit of that. Comes in one of these things. This is like a super Yeti. Have you heard about Yeti cooler? They're just thermoses. When people are real excited, or Ozark Trail, whatever you prefer. This is called the Doer. It can keep the contents really cold at negative 321 degrees Fahrenheit for like over a week. It's pretty amazing. Used by the medical profession. A lot of times it's used to keep samples cold, keep them from breaking down over a long period of time. So biological samples. So check this out. Just taking the top off is pretty neat. Some spooky stuff. It's so cold, it's turning that water in the air that you can't see into droplets you can see. So it's kind of making a cloud. Now I'm going to pour some into this container. You'll get to see what happens. Now you don't want to touch this because it'll give you kind of instant frostbite. So cold, it'll freeze the water in your finger almost instantly. So it's serious stuff. No, I think that's pretty good. I brought a couple of things that I wanted to show you, and this is where it gets kind of interesting. This stuff is so cold, when it comes in contact with the air in this room, you can hear that, right? It starts boiling. It starts evaporating. So it's kind of bizarre to hear super cold things sizzling and boiling, you know, like water on a stove. But you can do this kind of stuff, just a little test. If you take a deep breath and go, that kind of action. It's like a mini cloud. It's like a mini version of what Kevin did. But then you can take things like a balloon, which has a lot of nitrogen in it. Our air is mostly nitrogen. A little bit of oxygen, and there's probably some carbon dioxide too. You can put that in there. It gets really cold. What do you guys think is going to happen to the balloon? Shrink, right? But what's kind of neat about that is that shrinking is happening because those molecules are slowing way down, and they're getting a lot closer. And what's even stranger is some of the molecules are actually like turning into a liquid. So pushing that in there, getting it real cold. It seems like it's just disappeared, but really, I'll take it out and I'll show you what's going on. It didn't disappear, it didn't pop. It just shrunk, and actually some of the contents has become a liquid, and it's kind of hard to see. If I leave this right here, it's going to warm up really quickly, hopefully it won't pop, and it's going to reinflate. And that's because the air has changed phase. Some of it is carbon dioxide gas actually turned into a liquid. So now, to kind of take it to the next step, and I'm not going to do everything I had planned. I know you guys don't have a whole lot of time. I've got these. These are rocket balloons, these crazy looking things. Do you think I can get these in there? What do you think? This time you're actually going to get to see what's going on a little more clearly. You can do it. So this is a fun one when we have a big audience, is you can send these out into the crowd, and I'll show you that in a minute. So they're starting to kind of shrink down. They're looking a little bit like intestines. And then you just kind of move. So you can fit a huge amount of balloons in there, take them out, and you get this kind of action. Let's see. This reminds you of dissections in science class, duodenum or large intestine. And what you can really see is if you hold it up to the light, there's actually some liquid inside. That's mostly liquid carbon dioxide gas. And as it warms up quickly in our air, it reinflates. And these guys will reinflate real quickly if I put them right in contact with the table. So what we're showing is dramatic phase changes, and all that gas is still in there. We didn't empty it out. It's still there. It just shrunk down. These are really, sometimes they just hang out right in front of you. And I figured you like them too. Like, there you go. And one more for you guys. Oh, no. That one's going for the low approach. Now, Kelly mentioned Cheetos. These are a big deal. We buy these, you know, in bulk from Sam's. This is my snack of choice. Actually, I'm pretty fond of them still after working here for over a year. I've eaten a lot of Cheetos, but they're better when you put them in liquid nitrogen. Now today, normally we just have one volunteer, but I can take multiple volunteers this time. Is there anybody who would like to try to taste a frozen Cheeto? We'll start out with just half. If you're brave enough, come on up. I want people to get a little closer for this one. Why not? We've got a smaller group. You guys can come closer so you can see. Come on, check this out. I'm going to drop in a couple Cheetos. I think you're going to want to see this one up close. I'll show you what's going on. So, this stuff is so cold, and the Cheeto is so airy and full of little pockets, air pockets, that it cools down very quickly, becomes really brittle. And I'm going to let a lot of people try this one today. So what we're doing is you actually dunk your Cheeto in there, and you can do this with all kinds of things. Graham crackers work pretty well, but Cheetos seem to work the best because they have a lot of pockets of air. They're puffs, poofs. And when you put it in your mouth, you think that that's going to burn you, that's going to cause frostbite, but it warms up almost instantly when it hits the air. So I take it out. If I take it out right now, shake off some of that liquid nitrogen, you can see how cold this thing is. It's like a meteor. And I'll try it first just to show you that it's safe. 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Kablam!
That's pretty
Yeah, thank you. I know it's kind of rude to chew in front of you guys, but that's why I brought some more. Here we go. Would anyone like to try? So the way it works is you put your hand out flat. I'll shake it off. Pick it up with your other hand, put it on your back teeth, and just keep chewing. Kind of like Dory, just keep swimming, just keep chewing, you'll be great. Yeah, you'll get to see it. You're going to get to see some of the members from a whole new light. You don't want to get them angry.
Why does the nitrogen liquid not hurt you when you do that?
It's a really good question. Most of it is gone. It's not even on the Cheeto anymore. And really what's happening is you're warming it up really quickly, and it's causing, that cold is causing the water in your breath to turn into droplets. And you'll see they quickly, it just evaporates away. Okay, so here we go. You ready? You're going to grab it with the other hand, put it on your back teeth. The secret is just chew, chew, chew. We turned him into a dragon. Let's give him a hand. That was very brave. Okay, I brought a couple more. You guys seem like a fun crowd. Anybody else? Come on.
Have you tried pork rinds?
You'll really? Oh no, but that's a really good idea. That is a really good idea. I might steal that idea. Are you ready? Okay. Make sure it's in your teeth. Yeah, this is a really good one for your fillings. You'll know where they all are now. Here we go. You're going to grab it with the other hand right on your teeth and then just keep chewing. There you go. Boom. Chew, chew, chew. Vaping. This is a bit like vaping a Cheeto. Anybody else? Any other takers? It's okay. You guys can go back to seat. I'm going to do one more big demonstration. Let's hear it for our volunteers. Very brave. All right. So, let's see here. I'm going to get these out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I've got one more, and this is one of my favorites, so get ready for this one.
When they're frozen, do they make your fingers orange?
No, they don't. That's kind of one of the benefits of the frozen Cheeto, yeah. So here we go. I'm going to pour some liquid nitrogen right in here. I think you guys kind of know where I'm going with this one. What we're going to do is some dramatic evaporation, and that's what's happening to the liquid nitrogen right now. That's what all this is. This is nitrogen becoming part of our atmosphere. It's becoming part of the gas that's all around us. And I think I'll add a little bit more in there. Now, over here in the corner, I've got some hot water boiling. It's right at 212 degrees. So I want you to hypothesize. I asked all the students, all the people that come to the museum to think like scientists, You guys have a vast amount of knowledge between all of you. What do you think is going to happen when I take something that's super cold, negative 321 degrees Fahrenheit, and I suddenly, violently combine it with something that's warm, boiling, 212 degrees Fahrenheit? Think about it. And then, this is science, so then what do you think I'm going to do next? We're going to do it. We're going to test it. And that's important. So here we go. I'm going to fill this up with about 400 milliliters-ish. And for this one, you guys are going to need, reach under your table, under your seats. We put some face shields under there. Go ahead. This is it. You'll be all right. Here we go. And let's get a countdown from 5, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and... That was a good one. Did anyone get wet? I did. That was excellent. Thank you guys so much. And we can do this. We'll just take it out by creating more of a cloud. That's my favorite part, right there. So we can that made kind of like a big storm cloud, a cumulus cloud. Now we've just got kind of a growing. Now this is completely non-toxic, just so you know. And very refreshing. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Y'all
you.
are great. Did you get that?
Yeah, it's nice and cool.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much. That was awesome.
Thank you very much.
Listen, thank you so much. And